To this day, Season 1 of 90 Day Fiancé continues to hold the record for the most successful marriages, unlike Angela Deem and Michael Alasanmi, who are on the verge of collapse after Angela found him cheating. Going back to where the TLC series first began in 2014, the idea of having couples living in separate countries come together to prove their love within the 90 days of their K-1 visa on national television was unheard of. 9 long years later, the series has most definitely changed, for better or for worse. However, this doesn't mean that Season 1 didn't have its low points and unavoidable issues. From Louis Gatone telling his ex about Aya, to Kurlam Cox constantly being homesick, these are the harshest realities of the very first season of 90 Day Fiancé. The low budget of the season. It's no secret that TLC wasn't ready to blow crazy loads of cash on the very first season of 90 Day Fiancé, considering it wasn't a definite that the show would ever make the money back or be renewed again. When going back and watching Season 1, it's easy to see that the cameras are of lower quality than they are later in the series, making the footage seem older than it was at the time. Luckily, this didn't affect the most important part of the show, capturing the emotions and reactions of each couple from start to finish, though the colors are noticeably less vibrant. Cultural differences. In every season of the series, cultural differences play a key part in whether couples will be compatible enough to wed after a few months together, but Season 1 saw the first example of this aspect easily taking its toll on relationships. With Paula moving from Colombia to Oklahoma to be with Russ, it's no wonder why she wanted to seek out a Latinx community when trying to get comfortable in the United States. Additionally, language barriers were very much apparent when meeting in person, making things a bit more difficult for the couples. On the flip side, overcoming these obstacles does well in showing their willingness to maturely compromise. The cast of later seasons want a green card more than love. Season 1 is known for being surprisingly pure compared to later seasons and spin-offs in several ways. Couples are much more genuine with their fiancés about their motives for falling in love and living together in America. Unfortunately, this is a much rarer occurrence as the series progresses. Cast members like the infamous Mohamed Abdelhamid and Larissa dos Santos Lima have been called out by their ex-fiancés for acting like gaining their green card was the most important in their time on 90 Day Fiancé. Reasons like this are why the first season is more enjoyable to watch, though is less dramatically entertaining. When Aya and Louis went wedding dress shopping during their quest for an affordable wedding dress, Louis keeps Aya to a strict budget of a mere $300 to save money for the big day, which understandably worries Aya about planning their ideal wedding day. As they are talking to the planner they hired, the vendor is shocked to hear about the tightness of their budget, leaving Aya to feel embarrassed and a fair bit disappointed. The moment is not one of Aya or Louis' proudest, but they stick together in the decision, trying to make their wedding a day to remember forever, even if it isn't the most extravagant. Mike Elashwe's bachelor party. In the world of 90 Day Fiancé, the celebrations leading up to the wedding fill a big role in making sure the couple's journey is climactic. That being said, bachelor and bachelorette parties are supposed to be a pretty big day of filming for the show, even more so a time to let loose before the vows are stated. When Aziza and Mike planned to have his bachelor party, however, the unexpected happened. On the day it was all set to transpire, the groom-to-be went missing. Aziza was visibly upset by this, thinking that he may be having second thoughts about the relationship they worked so hard to build up. Luckily, this turn of events didn't do enough damage to stop them from being wed. Liam's homesickness. The first season of the series is known for being the most realistic one of all, highlighting both the good and bad, without adding in fillers like fake drama. This is proven when Liam is shown missing her country of Brazil while staying in America with Alan. As one of the most underrated couples in 90 Day Fiancé, when Alan sees how homesick Liam has been, he hurts with her and isn't sure how to help. The duo did what they could to not have Liam's yearning for home put a strain on their relationship, knowing it wouldn't be too long until they would return to Brazil to reunite with her family. Louis Gatton telling his ex-wife about exes on 90 Day Fiancé tend to get heated seeing their previous significant others moving on from the past relationship happily, causing drama between the two fiancés. When Louis feels he and Aya have gotten serious enough to tell his ex-wife about her, he was understandably nervous to hear her reaction. Upon listening to Louis, his ex-wife questions if Aya is a mail-order bride and how this will affect his relationship with their children. Despite the awkwardness of the situation, Louis stands up for Aya and reiterates that she came to the United States to be with him, brushing off her disapproval. He goes on to say that ignorant people may look down on the couple, but he couldn't care less. Season 1 is much more wholesome than the later seasons. One thing is for sure, some of the sweetest episodes of 90 Day Fiancé happened during the first season of the show. For instance, when Aya and Louis go to an amusement park together and have fun on the bumper cars, Aya apologizing for bumping into other people, even though that was the point of the ride, made Louis laugh. Other scenes, like when Russ and Paula go tailgating together for the first time, are a wonderful experience to watch unfold. Most of all, getting to see Alan and Liam play charades with his parents is indescribably sweet, and somehow not at all awkward. As the years have gone by, these types of moments become more and more of a rarity, since the show is now more concerned with the entertainingly relentless drama of most couples. Aziza and Mike Elashwe trying wedding food. Regarded as the so bad they're good couple of Season 1, Aziz and Mike were wed and are still together, but not without some issues arising. When the two are planning their wedding, Aziza is completely unimpressed by the food that is to be served on their special day. Refusing to take even a bite of the customary American wedding food, the Russian woman doesn't even give Mike the time of day when he explains the food might not be what she is used to but is still good. The entire situation is uncomfortably awkward for everyone involved, especially the wedding planner they hired. On the bright side, this obstacle didn't hinder their wedding in the long run. The uncertainties of marriage. The final episode of Season 1 showcases every harsh reality that comes with the day before and the day of many 90 Day Fiancé weddings. In Time's Up, drama is practically gushing from the very screen, as each couple is given time to say what is going through their heads. With doubt brimming the minds of women like Paula, who is still unsure she wants to marry Russ, it's impossible to look away in anticipation of what is to come. Aziza, too, has concerns about her wedding and how fast the days that led up to it went. Meanwhile, Aya worries that Louis may arrive late or not at all. A culmination of everyone's worst fears cycles through their brains, begging the question if it's at all healthy to have a wedding after just a few months of living in America, but the show must go on.